Well, hello again. Probably didn't expect to see me this quick, and I really didn't expect to be here either. Today is August the 5th. I don't know that I've ever remembered to do that, but I thought I need to try to do something different, like what I'm supposed to. But I can't remember what video this is, and some of them don't have the number on them anyway. I just thought I would come and talk to you a little bit. This has been a crazy day. I can't seem to get anything done right. One of the things I did this morning, I had some papers to be signed and notarized and mailed out, and I was supposed to drive down to another town to mail them from their post office because it would get there quicker. And as my usual self anymore, I did all the signing. We took care of all of it, put the stamps on it, mailed it from that post office, and realized it when I took Pop to breakfast that I didn't have those. And guess what? They were already mailed, and I didn't even go back. I know they're not supposed to give you mail back after you've mailed it, so I didn't even go back and try, even though I know them, and it's, small community, it's still the rules. And so anyway, I didn't, but that just kind of set everything in motion to be, instead of a 3-ring circus, like a 10 or 12 ring circus. Just one thing after another. So I thought, okay, today will be a good day just to go back home and do something else, or do nothing, whatever we want to do. So one thing we did, I haven't told you about, is that last week one day, I think it was last Monday, I think it was a week ago today, Elena and I took things over to the home, and we had a conference with them, and so we took some things to be put away, and that sort of stuff. So on the way home, Hilda, our aide, called, and she said, "How far are you from home?" So that's, you don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. After his shower, he just kind of turned and to show her where his socks were, and I guess he got dizzy because he fell, and fell back into the shower, and bruised his arm, not on his head, but he did break his ring finger, and that was the hand that he broke a couple of years ago. So I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but anyway, it's broke. Didn't know if it was just jammed or if he just cracked it a little bit or what, but no, it was completely broken in half. Not just hanging apart, which was good. But so we got home, took care of that, just patted and wrapped it. We were going to the doctor the next day, and so he took an x-ray of it, and we also had to have our TB skin test and chest x-rays, so that was good. We had that appointment already to go do all of that, and that all turned out all right. We went back at the end of the week, and everything was okay, and they splinted his finger. when people have things, the illnesses that he has, it does change them a lot. And one of the things is that he was always so tough, and just nothing ever seemed to hurt him. I've seen him come in the house with the end of his finger cut off. One time he was hooking up equipment, hay equipment, and got it caught, got the end of his finger caught, and cut it off. It wasn't completely off, just by a thread. And he went ahead and finished either hooking or unhooking, whichever he was doing, and wrapped a dirty old towel around it and finished that and put it all away before he came to the house. Well, as soon as he walked in the front door, I knew something was wrong, because he walked in the front door. But he also had this strange look on his face, and he was trying to hide his hand behind his back. So that was an experience we had. As soon as I saw it, I tried to clean it up a little bit and rewrap it, and I said, we need to go on to the hospital and see if we can't, maybe they can sew this back on, I don't know, but we need to go on and go. So while we were getting out there, I walked out the door and turned my ankle and fell and sprained my ankle real bad, which the one that I did is one that I hurt when I was in a car wreck when I was about 8 years old, so it's never been real strong anyway. But the things that go on around here. But we went on to the hospital, and I told him that he needed to be seen and what was going on. So they took him back, and I went back and forth a couple of times when they asked me to come back there. And so I was sitting down, and then I had walked around a little bit and doing one thing or another, and they changed the receptionist or the triage nurse, I'm not sure which. And I walked by her one time, and she said, have you been seen yet? And I said, oh yeah, he's back there. And she said, no, you? And I said, no, I'm not the patient. She said, well, you look like you ought to be. So I was just trudging along on this very sprained ankle, but it was kind of funny. Nice of her to notice, but I forgot what I was going to say about that too. They were able to clean it up, and his finger is shorter, but they cleaned it up and put the skin back over it. That was a whole nother story too. See how this day is? Y'all are going to get a good laugh, I know, or just be totally discouraged and disgusted and turn it off. But it might do me good to talk about something anyway. It's just my mind is twirling, and I just can't seem to get it calmed down today or settled. So anyway, I thought I'd come and talk to y'all. Okay, did I say tomorrow we go to the doctor for his eyes? And have I told you that he can't see? He's having ocular strokes. I don't know if I said anything about this or not. Probably not, but it seems familiar. But I know I haven't made a video since just the other day. So anyway, he can't read, and he's a reader, so it's pretty disheartening for him. But we did go to his regular eye doctor, and he sent him to a specialist. he said his cataracts were worse, and I really don't know that he ever told us he had cataracts. But he thinks that maybe the doctor tomorrow will, because he does do that surgery, and he's actually my doctor too, so maybe they can, I think they're going to try to take one of them off, and then after that he'll see how he can see, and see if there's anything that they can tell that they can't tell before that, and kind of tell what's going on maybe. But so we're trying to have positive and good thoughts about that and prayers. I know, a lot of people can't see or anything, and I'm sorry, but I want him to see for a little bit longer. Enjoy a few of his books. That's what he's always done, and it's about the only thing he can do anymore. But we are ready. As you can see, we have not moved, but we are ready to. We just need to get this done, and we've just about got everything ready, paperwork, and a little bit more to do with that when we go back next week. And next week will be Elena's last week to work and go with me, so we want to make sure we've got everything done that she can help us with, and have all the papers signed, and then find out what about his eyes, and then just go ahead and move in. We're ready. We need to get away and from here and get settled down and just kind of have another breath of fresh air and big sigh of relief and get used to it. But he did say the other day, he said, if you leave me first, I'm coming back home and staying at Aunt Pat's house by myself. So I hope that goes out of his head, because he can't do that, but I know how he feels. So anyway, as you saw, if you saw the other short video, Chelsea, our oldest son's daughter, has moved back home, and so she came in while I was videoing last time, and her and her dad and Pop and I went to a local restaurant here and had supper and visited, and they had such a good trip on the way back from Seattle. It was really nice for both of them, and we enjoyed talking about it and hearing about it. And she's a hoot. She's a very interesting person and a good sense of humor. She's an RN. I don't know where all, I'm sure she's been everywhere. She's a very good nurse everywhere in the hospital. I mean, that they need her, but I think she's mainly cardiac and whatever that encompasses anyway. I don't know how much that includes strokes too or whatever, but she's very good, very smart. And so she'll be at a hospital she'll be at a hospital in Mobile. She is living across the bay. She was so anxious to get back to beaches and sunshine. Not quite so much rain, although lately it probably felt like Seattle. So I hope everybody is doing good. I have been able to finish one or two things. One thing in particular was my cherries sampler, and I don't have it to show you because it got packed and taken to the apartment. So But you know, it was easy to pick up and work on because it was just the monochromatic, and it was easy to pick up and work on without really worrying about your graph or anything. So I was able to finish that and thoroughly enjoyed that. And then when I found out about that, I started to get something else out and start it. And then I thought, no, just go ahead with the way I was doing. So I got out the linens and threads. Mystery sampler. I know y'all know it. Can you see it? That's showing up okay. As you can see, I still haven't finished the first segment of it, but I've gotten a lot more done. And just like the other, it's easy to work on when you're working in one color. And you really don't have to read the chart for this. You can just look what you've already done and carry it over however you're doing. So, but I like that. It's fun. Chelsea came in when this was over here, and so I showed it to her, and then I unfolded all the fabric so she could see how big it's going to be. She, what? I know. I'm very optimistic, aren't I? This and Hawker and Hollow, but I'm anxious to be able to just stitch on things. I found in going through things, and I do want to send out some charts, books, things along to y'all that maybe y'all would like and could use, and not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but okay, I think I need to pause this just a minute. Let's see if I can pause this and be able to come back to it. Where is that? Where is that pause thing? Where do you do that at? Don't know. Okay, well, I'll try.